Life is very long. T.S. Eliot. I mean, he's giving credit for it because he bothered to write it down. He wasn't the first person to say it. And he certainly wasn't the first person to think it, feel it. But he wrote the words on a sheet of paper and signed it, and the four-eyed prick was a genius. So if you say it, you have to say his name after it. Life is very long. T.S. Eliot. Give the devil his due. Very few poets could have gone through his trial and come out on the other side, brilliant-timed, double-breasted, and Anglican. It's not hard to imagine, though, given Eliot's first wife, lovely Viv, how Hart Crane or John Barrowman might have reacted, just foot raced to the nearest bridge. Olympian suicide lists, but not Eliot. Following sufficient years of ecclesiastical guilt, plop her in the nearest asylum and get on with the day. God Almighty, you have to admire purity of the survivor's instinct.
Yeah, but
Violet, my wife, takes pills, and I drink. That's the bargain we struck. Just one bargain, one paragraph of our marriage contract, that cruel covenant. Now, I don't drink because she takes pills, but as to whether she takes pills because I drink, I learned long ago not to speak for my wife. The reasons why we partake are any more inconsequential. Facts are my wife takes pills and I drink. And these facts have, over time, made burdensome the maintenance of traditional American routine. Purchase of goods, things, clothes, carpets, wrappers. But rather than once again assume the mantle of guilt, I vow abstinence with my fingers crossed in the queasy hope of righting our ship. I've chosen to give my life over to a higher power, but I'm finding that that is getting in the way of my drinking. Something has been said for sobriety, but very little. And now you are here. I knew Mr. Youngberg, you know.
You knew my daddy.
Small town. He sold fireworks some summers, right?
Yes, sir.
I bought some Roman candles for my children. He did pass, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
May I ask how?
He had a heart attack. Fell into a flatbed truck full of wine grapes.
Sorry.
Thank you.
May I ask about the name?
I'm sorry?
He was Mr. Youngberg, but you are
Monavata.
Monavata.
I went back to the original language.
And does it mean Youngberg?
Yes.
And keeping the name, that was your choice. Cheers.
Bev,
Yes.
are you Polish?
What?
Did you?
What, dear?
Did you? Are the police here?
No.
Is this a window? Am I looking through a window?
Can you come here, please?
Well, I know you were entertaining.
This is Joanna, the young woman I told you about.
You tell me the woman.
Pardon?
The woman. Woman.
Yes, the young woman I hope to hire to watch the place.
Hiring women's another thing. Thought you meant the other woman.
What other woman?
Huh?
I hope to hire her to cook and to
In
clean.
the interest
and to
of
take
civil
you to
action
the
in your
clinic.
particulars, ladies of speaking, I thought you had meant for a woman to be hired.
I don't understand you.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Violet. What's your name?
Joanna.
Very pretty.
Thank you.
Are you an Indian?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, hi.
Cheyenne.
You think I'm pretty?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear the house now. I'm sorry, I took some medicine for my must.
Why don't you go
Muscle.
back to bed, sweetheart?
Why don't you go fuck a fucking sow's ass?
All right.
I'm sorry. I'll be sweet. I'm so sweet. Inevitably sweet. Inevitably sweet.
I think I mentioned on the phone that Dr. Burke recommended you. He feels you're qualified to meet the needs of our household.
I have a year toward my nursing certificate.
And he did tell you that we want to live in.
Yes, sir.
keep unusual hours around here. Try not to differentiate between night and day. I doubt you'll be able to maintain any type of a healthy routine. The work itself is pretty mundane. I myself require very little personal attention, thrive without it. In fact, kind of like a human cactus. My wife has been diagnosed with a touch of cancer, so she will need to be driven into Tulsa for her final chemotherapy treatments. Feel free to use the American-made behemoth in the carport. Feel free to use anything, everything, all this garbage we've acquired. Our life's work. If you're going to live here, I want you to live here. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Violet. Violet, my wife, does not believe that she needs treatment for her habit. She went down that road once before. She came out on the other side, clean as a whistle. Then chose for herself this life instead. Last refuge. My books. Simple pleasures like finding wild onions by the side of a road. Requited love.
T.S. Eliot.
Read it or not, it's not a job description. It's just for your enjoyment. Feel free to read any of my books. Here we go. Around the prickly pear. Prickly pear. Prickly pear. Here we go. Around the prickly pear.
Thank you. An Indian here now. He's helping me.
You know, Beverly, he's done this before. I know.
12 division series against Minnesota, better in the ALCS. 381 in a World Series, swinging it back to Dana.
Yeah.
Sure. Strike two.
All right.
In the early going, Pedro Martinez.
All right, here goes.
Not showing a good fastball.
Mom?
80-mile-an-hour fastball.
Oh my God, Barbara! You come here, you give me some sugar. How are you? Hi! And hi, Bill. How are you? You look so skinny. My goodness. Oh, will you look at this one? Give your automatic piece of sugar. Hi! Oh my God, look at those boobs. They're so big. Last time I saw you, you looked like a little boy. Look at her boobs. They're so big. Yeah, same here.
Same here, same here.
Made 3 rehab starts and made his first
It's okay, Mom.
Well, we can talk about that. Did you see Bill and Jean?
Yes, hi, Bill.
Change up, get standard. 75 miles an hour.
I'm sorry to
So scared.
Of course you are.
You fit. As you are. Oh, look at you.
Isn't she something? And look at those boobs. They're so big. Okay, don't stare at my tits now.
You're just the prettiest thing. Thank you for coming to see me.
No problem. I think I didn't see there.
You look crowded.
God, you look good. Doesn't she look good, Bill?
You look great.
I love your hair. It looks great.
She had it straight.
I know, it looks great.
Hi, Jean.
Well, Barbara or Bill, it doesn't matter. I need one of you to help me go through some of Beverly's things. There's all this paperwork and all this mess.
Yeah, we can help with that, Mom. We're here for a while.
I was gonna help too.
Oh, wait, no. What's her name now?
Johnny.
Who's John? She's the Indian that lives here.
Hi. I'm Joanna. Welcome home.
Saturday morning, we just walked out the door. And that was it.
That was the last time you saw me?
Went to bed Saturday, woke up Sunday, still no sign. That's when I started getting worried, don't you know, when I got all worked up about that safety deposit box. Had a lot of money in that box, some expensive jewelry. I had a diamond ring in that box. Praised it over
I'm missing something. Why do you care about the safety deposit box?
I know what you're gonna say, but your father and I had an arrangement. If something were to happen to one of us, the other one would go and empty out that safety deposit box.
Because...
Gets rolled into the estate and goes to court.
Right, that's right.
You're such a fucking cynic.
I know you would disapprove.
Okay, fine. So what about the safety deposit box?
Well, I had to wait for the bank to open on Monday, and then after I got into the box, I called the police and reported it missing Monday morning.
And you're just now calling me today on Thursday?
I didn't call you.
You had Ivy call me 5 days later.
I didn't want to worry you, honey.
Jesus.
Wow, you sure there wasn't some event or some incident?
Oh, you mean like a fight? No. And we fought enough. Well, you know. But no, he just left.
Maybe he just needed some time away from you.
Oh, that's nice of you to
Hey,
say.
it's no crime. Being married is hard.
You can't think of anything unusual or different.
Oh, no. He hired this woman to just come here and live in our house. He didn't ask me, just a few days before he left. I don't know what she's doing here. There's a stranger in my house. There's an Indian in my house.
You got something against Indians?
I don't know what to say to an Indian.
They're called Native Americans now.
Who makes that decision?
It's what they like to be called.
They're not any more native than me.
In fact, they are.
Well, what's wrong with Indians?
What's wrong with calling people what they want to
Why
be
don't we just
called?
call the dinosaurs Native Americans while we're at it?
Mom.
When was the last time you were here?
Don't
Really?
get me started
I don't
on this.
even
I'm very dutiful,
remember.
Mom. I call, I write, I
You
send
do
presents.
not
I send presents
write.
on birthdays and Mother's Day.
Because you're dutiful.
Don't you quote me.
Barbara, come on.
No, you two are grown up people. Grown ups. You go where you want.
I have a lot of obligations. I have a daughter starting high school.
Is that right? Last time I saw her, she was in grade
I
school.
won't talk about this.
I don't care about you two, really. I just like to see my granddaughter every now and
Well,
again.
you're seeing her now.
Your father. You broke his heart when you moved away.
That is wildly unfair.
Okay, Mike,
You know,
that's a
you
separate
were
reason
Beverly's
back. Come on.
favorite. Don't pretend you don't know
I don't
that.
want to know that. I prefer to think my parents loved all their children.
I'm sure you'd also prefer to think that Santa Claus brought you presents on Christmas, too. It just isn't so. If you'd had more than one child, you'd understand. A parent always has favorites. Maddie Faye was my mother's favorite. Big deal. I got used to it. You were your daddy's favorite.
Great. Thanks.
Broke his heart.
What was supposed to do? Colorado was offering Bill twice the money he was
Why
making
didn't
at
we get
TU,
into
and they
this?
were willing to hire me as well. You think Daddy wouldn't have jumped at the opportunity Bill got?
Oh, now you're wrong there. You never would have gotten Beverly Weston out of Oklahoma. I don't think he didn't have plenty of chances, too, especially after Meadowlark came out.
I'm sure he
After
did.
Meadowlark, he got offers from everywhere. Lots better places than Colorado.
Oh, so now you want to knock Colorado.
Not hard to do.
Daddy's book came out 40 years ago. Academia is very different now. It's extremely
Please tell me
competitive.
all about acting.
Daddy gave me his blessing and I didn't even ask for it.
That's what he told you.
Oh, so now you're going to tell me the true story, some terrible shit he said behind my back?
Beverly didn't say terrible things behind your back. He just told me he's disappointed in you because you settled.
Oh, is that supposed to be a comment on Bill? Daddy never said anything like
Your
that.
father thought you had talent as a
If
writer.
he thought that, and I doubt he did, he was wrong. Anyway, what difference does it make? It's my life. I can do what I want. So he was disappointed in me because I settled for a beautiful family and a teaching career. Is that what you're saying? What a load of absolute horseshit.
Oh, horseshit, horseshit. Let's all say horseshit. Say horseshit, Bill!
Horseshit.
Are you high?
No.
Are you high? I mean, literally, are you taking something?
Muscle relaxers.
Listen to me. I will not do this again.
So what?
These fucking
They're
pills.
muscle relaxers.
You do know what I'm talking about. The psych ward calls at 3 a.m. about people in your backyard,
So
the police,
much
all the rest of it. You
drama.
spend a fortune on these fucking pills. And then you spend
Stop
another
yelling
fortune
at
getting
me.
off of
That
them.
was different. I didn't have a
So
reason.
now it's okay to get hooked because you have a reason?
Hooked on
Listen to
anything.
me, I don't know if you are or not. I'm
I'm
just saying I will
not.
not do
I'm
this
in
again
pain.
because of your mouth.
Yes. That's because my mouth burns from the
Are you
The
in a lot of
chemo-
pain?
Yes, I am in pain. I have gotten cancer in my mouth. It burns. Oh, bullshit. Beverly's disappeared and you're yelling at
I'm not yelling at you!
You couldn't come home when I got cancer. But as soon as Beverly disappears, you rush back.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're right, I'm sorry. You know where I think he is? I think he got a carton of cigarettes, a bottle of whiskey, and a couple of good spy novels. And I think he took the boat out somewhere close to shore. And I think he's drinking and reading and fishing. And if the mood strikes him, maybe even writing a little. I think he's safe. And I think he'll be back anytime.
Barbara, look what I found. Isn't this great?
You have copies.
I don't remember one in hardback. I forgot there was ever a time they published poetry in hardback. Well, I forgot there was ever a time they published poetry at all.
I'm not going to be able to sleep in this heat.
I wonder if this is worth something.
I'm sure it's not.
You don't know? First edition, hardback, mint condition. Academy Fellowship, Wallace Stevens Award? That's right, isn't it? This book was a big deal.
It wasn't that big a deal.
In those circles it
Well,
was.
those were small circles.
Dedicated to my violin. That's nice. I can't imagine the kind of pressure he must have felt after this came out. Every word he wrote after this, he must have been thinking, what are they going to say? Are they going to compare it to Meadowlark? You'd think at some point, though, you just write something and who cares what they say? I mean, myself,
Will you please shut up about that fucking book?
what's the matter?
You were just dripping with envy over these 30 poems my father wrote back in the fucking 60s, for God's sake. Don't you hear yourself?
You're mistaken. I have a great admiration.
Not reciting his
for
list of
poems, not envy.
awards.
I was merely talking about
My
the
father
value.
didn't write anymore for a lot of reasons, but critical opinion was not one of them, hard as that may be
What are
for
you
you to
attacking?
believe. I know how
I haven't
important
done
that stuff
anything.
is to you. I'm sure that's what you tell Sissy, too, so she can
What does that
comfort
have
you,
to do-
reassure you, no,
Why are
baby,
you
you haven't
bringing
done
that up?
anything. They're all symptoms of your male menopause, whether it's you struggling with a creative question or screwing
Look,
a girl
I'm
who
here
still
for you
wears a
because
retainer.
I want to be with you in a difficult time, but I'm not being
I'm
held hostage
sorry,
in
I
this
didn't
room
mean
so
to
you
hold you
can attack
hostage.
me.
You really should go then.
I'm not going anywhere. I flew to Oklahoma to be with you. Now you're stuck with me. And her name is
I
Cindy.
know her stupid name. At least do me the courtesy of
You're
recognizing
violating
when I'm
the way of putting
demeaning
you in
you.
attack mode.
She doesn't have anything to do
Don't
with
you
it.
believe it? You feel such
I
rage for it,
swear
you
to
can't
God,
help
you
yourself in my
psychoanalyze me
direction.
right now, I
You
skin
may not
you.
agree with my methods.
Oh, your
but you are
methods,
right.
thank you, doctor, but I actually don't need any
You
help
want
from
to
my
argue,
mother to
okay?
feel
Is that what you
rage.
want to do? Well, pick a
The
subject,
subject
right? So I
is
can
me.
be on the
I'm
same
the
page.
subject, you narcissistic motherfucker.
talked
I'm
to
in
being
pain. I
narcissistic.
need
You're the product of a
help.
narcissistic
You can't do it,
generation.
can you? You can't talk about me for
You
2
accuse me of
seconds.
being a narcissist,
You do
and then when I
realize
try
that
to
it
talk
hurts
about
to
you,
go from
you
sharing a bed
accuse
with
me
you
of
for 23
psychoanalyzing.
years to sleeping by myself.
I'm here now.
I always say shit like that, is that the past and the future don't matter. Do men
Can we
really
not
believe
make
that
this a
here
gender
and now
discussion?
is enough? I mean, it's just horse shit to avoid talking about the things
Maybe
we're
I'm not
afraid to
necessarily keen
say.
to talk about things that would hurt you.
Like what?
Excuse me?
What? You must realize there's nothing you could possibly say that would hurt me
I
more
think
than I'm
you're
already
wrong. I think
hurting.
you get into
The
this
damage is
masochistic
done.
frame of mind where you actually want
What?
to be. Barbara, we have enough on our hands with your parents right now. Let's not revisit all this.
Revisit? When did we visit this in the first place? You pulled the rug out from under me. I still don't know what happened. Do I bore you? Do I intimidate you? Do I disgust you? Is this just about the pleasures of young, flesh, teenage pussy? I really need to know.
You need to know now! With Beverly missing, your mother is crazy as a loon, and our daughter around. You really want to go into all this now?
No, I'm sorry, you're right. I'll just hunker down for a cozy night's sleep next to my husband.
Excuse me?
This discussion deserves our care and patience. We'll both be in a better frame of mind when your father comes home.
My father's
Excuse
dead,
me,
Bill.
The sheriff is here. The sheriff is here. Mrs. Weston? Mrs. Weston?
Mom? The sheriff is here.
Did you call him? I didn't call him.
You have to wake up. The sheriff is here.
That's it.
What?
That's the book. Pays me. Instruct.
Bill Fordham, Barbara's husband. Hello. Hi, Bob.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Dion.
Yes, ma'am. I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you folks.
Okay.
We found your father. He's dead. I'm sorry.
What happened?
We got a call from Lake Patrol a few hours ago that Mr. Weston's boat was found washed up on a sandbar. We planned to drag the lake early this morning, around there, southeast. We got another call. A couple of boys running jug lines in the cove. Hooked. Mr. Weston and pulled them up.
At this time of night?
These guys run those lines early.
You drowned. That's the cause of death, you drowned.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what do we do next? What happens now?
I need a relative to come with me to positively identify the body.
To the station house?
No, sir. You still up the lake.
God, I don't think I can do
I'm
this.
sorry.
I'll go. Can I go? Can I go?
I need a blood relative. But if Barbara's the one to identify, I must suggest you come along.
Bill, I don't think I can do it.
Honey, what choice do we have?
I can do it. I'm a blood relative.
No, it's okay. I'll do what I want.
Can we have a few minutes to get ready?
Yes, sir. Bob, I'm very sorry. This is the hardest part of my job. To do it for someone you know. I'm just very sorry.
What do you want to do about your brother?
Fuck it, I'll go, get ready.
you think happened? I mean, what's your guess?
Suicide. I would guess suicide. But the official cause of death is drowning, and that's the extent of it. I should warn you. The body has been in the water for all 3 days.
How does someone jump into the water and choose not to swim?
I don't think you do unless you really mean business.
Listen to me. Die after me, okay? I don't care what else you do, how you screw up your life, just outlive me. Please. I'll do my best.
It's a storm.
Hello, Violet.
Is it sick of
Yes, ma'am.
sick? No. It's CJ's boy. Not two out of school. Not two. I'm an intangible sauce. Lost the lot. Just barely the lot. Beverly's lot. That's right. Car dropped, and then you're here. Beverly, and then you're here. And then you're here. And then you're here. And then you're here. And then you're here.
Hi. Hello. Do you mind if I smoke? No. Mom and Dad don't mind. We won't get in trouble or anything. Well, I just mean they don't mind that I smoke a pot. Dad doesn't. Mom kinda does. She thinks it's bad for me. I think the real reason she doesn't like it is because Dad smokes too, and she wishes he didn't. Dad's much cooler than Mom, really. Well, that's not true. He's just cooler in that way, I guess. He and Mom are separated right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's fucking one of his students, which is pretty uncool, if you ask me. What sucks now is that Mom's watching me like a hawk, like she's afraid I'm gonna have some post-divorce freak out and become some, like, heroin addict. Or, like, shoot everybody up at school, or, God forbid, lose my virginity. I don't know what it is about Dad splitting to put Mom on hymen patrol. Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Me neither. I did go with this boy Josh for like almost a year, but he was retarded. Are your parents still together?
They passed away.
Oh. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, fuck, no. I'm really sorry. I feel fucking terrible now.
Oh, it's okay.
Hold on. Were you close with them?
Yeah.
Another stupid question there, Jean. Real good. Like, were you close with your parents?
Well, not everybody is.
Yeah, right? What are you reading?
T.S. Eliot.
Cool.
Your grandfather loaned it to me.
Grandpa was weird. Mom freaked when she got the call from Aunt Ivy. Just, like, freaked. Like, I've never seen her like that. Like, I could not get her to calm down. It was weird. I mean, I guess it's not weird that she freaks, but like, to see your mom freak like that, like we've never seen before, you know? And we're real close. Did you ever see your mom freak like that?
She wasn't really the type.
Yeah, right? It's like, imagine if you did one day see them just like totally lose their shit. Like, whoa. I like your necklace.
Oh, thank you.
It's a, did you make it?
My grandma.
It's a turtle, right?
Yes.
It feels like there's something in it.
That's my umbilical cord.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of gross.
It's not unsanitary.
Why would you do that? Is that some kind of...
It's Cheyenne tradition.
You're Cheyenne?
Yes.
Like that movie, Powwow Highway? Did you see that?
When a Cheyenne baby is born, their umbilical cord is dried and sewn into this very pouch. So turtles for girls and lizards for boys, and we wear it for the rest of our lives.
Wow.
Because if we lose it, our souls belong nowhere. And after we die, our souls will walk the earth looking for where we belong.
August, your month. Locusts raging. Summer psalm becomes summer rat.
The present, today, here and now. I spent so much of my life thinking about what's to come. You know, who would I marry? Would he be a doctor or a lawyer? Would he be tall and broad-shouldered and handsome? I spent so much time upstairs in my bedroom pretending my pillow was my husband, and he'd come home from work and ask him about his day at the office, and did he like the dinner I made him, and where were we gonna vacation that winter? And he surprised me with tickets to Belize and kiss. I mean, I kiss my pillow. Well, I make out with my pillow, and whenever I made out with my pillow, I never imagined Steve. Here he is, this country club, chamber of commerce guy, older, but a thinker. You know, someone who's been around, and he's just so good, and he's good to me, and he's good for me.
That's great, Karen.
Yeah, you know, he has this great business, and it's only because he has these great ideas, and he is not afraid of making these ideas into realities. He's not afraid of doing. I think that men on the whole are a lot better at that than women. Just doing. Right or wrong, we'll figure out what that means later. But the best thing about Steve for me is now I live in the now. My focus, my life, my world is now. I don't give a care for what happened in the past, for the mistakes I made. I won't go there, and I've realized that you can't plan the future because the moment you do, something happens, some terrible thing happens.
Like your father drowned himself?
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. You can't plan for that. There's no contingency. You have to take it as it comes, here and now. Steve had some very important business, with some bigwig government guys, people who could be very important. The moment we found out about Daddy, he called and canceled his plans. The man has his priorities straight. And do you know what the kicker is? Barbara, do you know what the kicker is?
What's the kicker?
We're going to Belize on our honeymoon.
That's terrific.
Yeah, I never told Steve about my little Belize fantasy. He just up and surprised me with tickets for after the wedding. Oh, I know you just met him, but did you get a read off? Did you like him?
You said 2 words to each other.
I know, but you still get a read. Didn't you get a read?
He's very nice, sweetheart.
He is.
It doesn't matter. I'm not the one marrying him.
Well, you are coming to the wedding, aren't you?
Yes. When is it again?
New Year's Day. One reason why we chose New Year's is we know that you and Bill are on break from school, and it is very important to me that you make it.
It's in Sarasota.
Miami? Didn't you know that we moved to Miami?
Yes, right.
Yeah, that's where Steve's business
Yes,
is.
yes, I did know that.
Oh, Barbara. Barbara, you remember that?
I used to go out with that boy. With that man. What man? The sheriff. Young Gilbo. You saw him.
You did?
In high school. He was my prom date.
You're kidding.
The day of the prom, his father got drunk and stole his car. Stole his own son's car and drove off somewhere. Mexico. And Dion showed up in this horrible tuxedo, and he had been crying, I could tell. He confessed he'd never way to take me to the prom. So I told him we'd walk. About 3 miles. Well, I busted a heel, and we just got so sweaty and dirty. So we decided to give up. Got a 6-pack, broke into the chapel, and spent the whole night talking and kissing. And now he's here telling me. Huh. It's just surreal. Thank God we can't tell the future. We never got out of bed.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm finally happy. I haven't been happy most of my life, my adult life. Don't you've been aware of that? I know our lives have led us apart. Me, you, and Ivy, and I guess we're not as close as some other families.
Yeah, we really need to talk
But
about
I think at
Mom,
least
what
one
to do
reason
about
for
Mom.
that is that I haven't wanted to live my unhappiness in full view of the family. But now I'm just really happy, and I guess I hope that maybe we could get to know each other a little better.
Yes. Yes. Christ.
Oh, this is a sweet one, Vi. Look at this one, Ivy.
Oh, I'm not sure I'm prepared to look at these right now.
That is a beautiful dress, and it's very modern. It's not my style.
Where was this taken by?
New York, during the first book tour.
New York City.
Honey, you wore a suit to your father's funeral. You know, a woman doesn't wear a suit to a funeral.
God, you're weird. It's a black
You
suit.
look like a magician's assistant.
You know, little Charles has been talking about
Why
mine
do
to
you feel
me.
it necessary to?
Can you picture that?
Why?
He wouldn't last a day in that city. They
Don't
tear him apart.
discourage
Why do you feel it
him.
necessary to
I
insult me?
killed that
Stop
kid.
being so sensitive.
He overslept for a noon service, my brother-in-law's funeral.
I'm sure there's more to the story than that.
Oh, Ivy, you shouldn't make excuses for him. That's what Charlie does, has always done. Just, he overslept. La-di-da, I'll go pick him up at the bus station.
You're so hard on him.
I'm sorry, Dad.
It's okay, son. It's all good.
No mom mad at me.
Don't worry about her.
I mean, what'd she say?
You know your mom. She says what she says.
I set the alarm.
I know you did.
I wanted to be there.
You're here now.
I love you, Dad.
I know
you know
you did.
that.
I know.
The power went out. The power must have gone out.
I know.
I woke up and the clock was looking noon, right? Means the power went out. I missed it. No.
It's okay, it's a ceremony. It's ceremonial. Besides, that has nothing to do compared to what you have in your heart for your Uncle Bev.
Uncle Bev must be disappointed in me.
Your Uncle Bev has bigger and better and greater things ahead of him. He was not that kind of man to be truthful with anyways. Hey, little Charles, it's okay.
It's just you know how things are. You know the way people feel about me. When something like this happens, you just want to be there for people. And
Hey, little Charles, it's okay. Step straight, focus me out, and stop being so hard on yourself. It's all good. It's all good.
love you, Dad.
I love you too, son.
Oh, look at me. Look at me.
You're beautiful, Mom.
I was beautiful. Not anymore.
Oh, no. You're still beautiful.
No. One of those lies we tell ourselves. Don't you believe it? Women are beautiful when they're young. Not after. Sure, a man can preserve his sex appeal well into old age. I'm not talking about those men you see with the shorts and the little purses around their waists. No. No, a man can maintain, if he embraces it, cragginess, weary masculinity. Women just get old and fat and wrinkly.
Hey, I'm still very sexy, thank you very much.
About as sexy as a wet cardboard box, Maddie Faye. Hey, you and me both. Don't kid yourself. Look, can we all just stop kidding ourselves? And the world would be a better place if we just stopped kidding ourselves and told the truth. Women aren't sexy when they're old. I can live with that. Can you live with that?
I can live with it, but I disagree. What about Lena Horne?
Lena Horne.
What about Sophia Loren? She
Sophia
was sexy
Loren?
until she was 80.
The world is round, Maddie Faye. Get over it.
All right, here's just getting silly now.
Honey, you don't know how to attract a man. I do. It's something that I have always just...
It's a funeral. We just buried my father.
I'm talking about today, dummy.
I have a man, all right? I have a man.
You said you weren't looking for a man.
And I'm not, because I have one, okay? So can you just let it alone?
Not let it alone.
Ivy!
You know, I wish you two could see the brain sick looks.
Who is it?
Nobody, forget it.
No, I want to know who you're saying.
I'm not telling you.
Ivy, tell us something.
No.
Well, is he some school?
No, tell me you're not back with loser Barry.
No, it isn't Barry.
Thank you, Jesus.
Well, Ivy, tell us something. How old is he? What does he do?
I don't have to tell you two anything. Either of you. So
Ivy,
you might
tell us
as well.
something, please.
No? Oh, are you in love, Ivy?
I don't.
Bill.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Bill, how are you doing? I feel like you and I are about to be brothers-in-law, and I assume you're going to be there for it. I hear that you are a professor of political correctness down at the University of Tulsa.
English romantic poetry. Close.
Is that the subject now? Now, I didn't make it to college, I think precisely for that reason. But all power to you, man. That sounds real cool.
Yeah.
My line of work doesn't really require that much of a formal education.
What do you do again?
So so this new administration we got going in, Trump train, we got very, very friendly to contractors like me. Really trying to, dish out to little guys. A small contracting firm out of Florida.
What kinds of things do you contract?
Like military like defense, like engagements in certain countries in the Middle East, potentially dangerous.
Who do you sell to? Right, the army. Okay, I see. The army.
Sure.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it is.
Must really be benefiting from all the
Yeah, you know, I prefer to think of it as a missionary position. I prefer the title missionary.
Oh, Gene.
I was just a kid.
You're not a kid anymore, I guess.
What?
I said you're not a kid anymore, I guess.
No.
I mean, yeah.
How old are you, about 17, 18?
15?
15, yeah, that's no kid. You're no kid. You know what I was doing at 15?
What?
Cattle processing. You know what that is?
It doesn't sound good.
Slaughterhouse sanitation. Slaughterhouse sanitation.
That's disgusting.
Okay, is it me or is it getting hot in here?
Mm-hmm. It's hot.
You're hot?
Yeah.
How hot?
Really hot.
Really hot.
What are you guys doing?
I'm just goofing with your knees.
Hey,
Hey,
are you okay?
not. I just know you've had the worst days of your life, and I'm just sorry if I wasn't even make it.
Stop. You don't have to do that to each other.
We're breaking the rules.
They're on to me. Not your it's me.
Then I guess that's something
I
you
told
don't
Mom
want.
seeing parents.
Just that's a shot across my
I didn't tell him who.
Really? Instilling character, our burden as parents. But then again, I guess you haven't been much of a parent lately, so it's tough to expect.
Just because of
Huh, Gordy and really nice, but maybe her little 14-year-old self might use it as abandonment.
Oh, come on.
Maybe she views her father as absent, or maybe not present, or maybe even a son of a bitch.
I am her father,
Her
goddamn.
father in absentia, her father in name
I
only.
haven't forsook my responsibility.
It's forsaken, big shot.
Actually, forsook is also an acceptable.
I'll forsook you and the horse you rode in on.
Okay, so we're gonna do this on your terms then. On topic one moment, whimsical insults, thanks, all in suits.
We covered this around year 3, Bill. You're the master of space and time, and I'm a spastic Pomeranian.
That's not fair.
I'm sick of being fair. I've seen where being fair gets me. I'm sick of the whole notion of the enduring female. Grow up. Because while you're going through your 5th puberty, my world is falling apart and I can't handle it. More importantly, your kid can't handle it.
Our kid is just trying to deal with this goddamn madhouse you dragged her
This
into.
madhouse is my home.
Will you pass the casserole, please?
My casserole.
I'll choose some yours.
Once upon a time.
Can you not? Oh. Can I have my skateboard back, please?
There he is. I want to put you in the kids' table, but he won't let me.
11, okay. Where do you want me?
Anywhere's fine. Just put it down. Quickly.
Don't you know?
Oh my God! Blushing goofball.
Oh, she's tired.
It's okay.
I'm
Nobody's
so-
hurt.
What about me? I'm hurt.
You're not hurt.
Yes, I am.
Oh, Jesus, I'm so.
That's my casserole.
I'm so sorry.
Let it go, man.
It's not a party until someone spills something.
It's okay, Betty Faye.
Barbara, will you,
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
That's nice.
Very nice, yes.
John does it at all.
You gentlemen have all stripped down to your shirt fronts? Thought we were having a funeral dinner, not a cockfight. Well, someone should probably say grace. Barbara, will you do us the honor?
No, I don't think so. It's no big deal.
Charlie
should say grace. He's the patriarch around here now.
I am. Oh, I guess I am.
By default.
Oh Lord, we ask that you watch over this family in this sad time and keep this good woman in your grace.
I'm so sorry. I gotta take this.
We ask that you watch over Beverly too, as he
Why did you fill him out?
as he makes his journey.
Time, Bill.
We are blessed
State
to
of
be
Florida.
together,
No,
to pay tribute to this fine man in
State
his
of
house,
Florida.
with his beautiful family, his 3 beautiful daughters. We're truly blessed in our togetherness, our fellowship, our togetherness.
Listen,
We ask
we're filling out.
that you help us
No, we're filling
get
out
better,
to get around
better.
other regulations.
be better people.
We're filling out these forms to get around.
In this time, we realize more than ever the power, the joy of family. We ask that you take care of and bless us all.
Yeah, you too.
Amen.
See, amen. I'm so sorry, folks.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of a lot of this stuff.
What are you getting rid of?
All of it. That was all shit. I want to get a brand new everything.
I guess I'm just sort of not prepared to talk about your stuff.
Suit yourself.
You like your food, Mom?
Oh, I haven't tried it yet.
Jonna cooked this whole meal by herself.
What?
I said Jonna cooked this whole
What
meal.
she's paid for. You didn't know she's getting paid, right?
This food is just spectacular.
It looks so good.
Gee, you didn't get any chicken.
I don't eat meat.
You don't eat meat.
Good for you.
Hey, little girls, come get some more chicken. Who wants some chicken? So, Gene, when you said you don't eat meat,
Yeah.
you mean you don't eat meat of any kind?
Right.
And is that for health reasons or?
When you eat meat, you ingest an animal's fear.
What? Just its fur?
Fear.
Oh. I thought you said.
It's fear. How do you know that? You can't eat fear.
Sure you can. I mean, even if you don't mean it spiritually, what happens to you when you feel afraid? Doesn't your body produce all sorts of chemical reactions?
Does it?
It does.
Yes.
Adrenaline and
Your body goes through this whole chemical process and experiences
Yep.
fear.
there's cortisol.
Particularly strong mortal fear, you know, when you sweat and your heart races.
Oh yeah.
Don't you think an animal experiences fear?
You bet it does.
So when you eat an animal, you're eating all that fear it felt when it was slaughtered to make food.
You know, I used to work in a slaughterhouse. Let me tell you, there was a whole lot of fear flying around that place.
So you mean I have been eating fear for what, like 3 times a day for so many years?
This one won't eat a meal unless there's meat in it.
I guess it was just the way I was raised. It doesn't seem like a legitimate meal unless there's some meat in there somewhere.
If I make like a pasta dish of some kind, he'll be like, okay, that was good as an appetizer. Now, where's the meat?
Where's the meat? Isn't that from a TV commercial? Yeah, the old lady says, "Where's the meat?"
Yeah, beef. Where's the beef? Where's the beef?
Meat. Where's the meat?
Where's the beef?
Where's the meat?
Where's the beef?
Where is the meat?
I sure thought that the services were lovely.
teaching. Oh man, I haven't written any poetry to speak of for years, and he never liked teaching worth a damn. I didn't talk about the good stuff, huh? Man was a world-class alcoholic. They didn't tell a story about that time he got wrangled into giving a talk at a TU alumni dinner. He drank a whole bottle of rum. Ron McCoy white rum. Oh. I don't know why I remember that. Anyway, so he gets up to give the talk, and he fouls himself. He's coming back to the table with his
I can't imagine why nobody told that story.
He didn't get asked to give any more talks at alumni dinners, I'll tell you that.
No. Yeah, I don't know anything about poetry, but let me tell you, his poetry was just spectacular. And Bill, your reading was very fine. Thank you.
Who are you?
Mom, this is my fiance, Steve. I introduced you to at the church.
I'm Steve Albrecht.
Had the what?
Steve Albrecht.
Oh, German. You are a German.
German-Irish, actually, but it's close.
Peculiar, Karen. Bringing a date to your father's funeral. I mean, I know the poetry was nice, but I wouldn't really call it date material.
Jesus. Mom, he is not my date, he's my fiance. We're getting married on New Year's.
Man, these potatoes.
In Miami? I hope that you can make it.
I don't really see that happening, do you? Steve, is that right? Steve?
Yes, ma'am.
You ever been married before, Steve?
Not this person.
No, I don't mind. Yes, I have.
More than once?
3 times, actually.
Well, you should pretty much have it down by now, then.
Yep.
This one pegged, didn't I? You can feel it looking at me.
What did you take?
What?
What did you take?
Oh,
What
leave me
pills did you
alone.
Charlie?
Uh-oh.
Charlie?
Uh-oh.
You okay, Uncle?
Oh my God! Charlie! Oh my God! Someone help me!
I got it.
Uncle Charles, what's going on? Did Charlie? Jesus.
Passed out. You still got a bulge. Yeah, breathe. Yeah, hey.
I just had the biggest bite of fear. I'm shaking in my boots. Fear never tasted this
Yeah, you're right. It's pretty good once you get used to the taste.
Yeah, I think you're eating a cheeseburger every once in a while. Double cheeseburger with bacon, extra fear.
You are such a liar!
You know, if I ever called my mom a liar, she would have knocked my goddamn head off my shoulders. Girls know there's a will.
Mom.
No, we took care of that some years back.
We don't want to talk about this.
I want to talk about it. What about what I want to talk about? Does that count for anything? Yeah. Dad made some good investments, if you can believe it. We had things covered for you girls. But when we talked things over some years back and decided to change things. Yeah. Leave everything to me. Of course, we never took care of it legally, but you should know that he meant to leave everything to leave the money to me.
Okay.
Okay? Okay? Okay. Karen, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, some of this furniture, this old shit we just have. I had no use for it. Go ahead and have an auction.
An auction's not a bad idea.
Well, some of this silverware, well, I fetch a pretty penny at an auction. But if you like, I'll sell it to you. Cheaper than I might get at an auction.
Or maybe you'll never get around to the auction and then we can just have it for free after you die.
Barbara. You and Barbara are
We're separated.
Thought you could slip that one by me, didn't ya? I know what's what. Your father thought he was slipping one by me. No way. I'm sorry you two are having troubles. Maybe you can work it out. Your father and I separated a couple times, because you didn't call it that.
Please, help us to benefit from an illustration from your storybook, man.
Trouble is, sweetheart, you can't compete with a younger woman. There's no way to compete. One of those unfair things in life. Is there a younger woman involved?
I think you've said quite enough on this subject.
There is a younger woman.
Odds are against you there, babe.
Mom believes women don't grow more attractive with age.
I disagree.
I didn't say they don't grow more attractive. I said they get ugly. And it's not really a matter of opinion, Karen, dear. You've just begun to prove it yourself.
You are in a rare form today, but
What form would you have me in? The day calls for it, doesn't it? Just truth-telling, that's all. Some people get antagonized by the truth.
everyone here loves you, dear.
You think you can shame me? Blow it out your ass.
3 days ago, I had to identify my father's corpse. And now I have to sit here and listen to you attack every member of this family?
Attack my family? What do you know about it? You ever been attacked in your sweet, spoiled life? Tell her about attacks, Maddie Faye.
Fine, please, settle down, Mom.
Stop telling me to settle down, goddammit. I'm not a goddamn invalid. Am I to be abided by? Am I already passed over? No. No, this woman came to my rescue when I was being attacked by one of my dear mother's many gentleman friends, the Clawhammer. This woman has dents in her skull from hammer blows. What do you know about attacks? What do you know about life on these planes? What do you know about hard times?
I know you had a rotten childhood, Mom.
No,
Who
you
did
do
it?
not know. You do not know. The only people who know are that woman standing right there and the man we buried today. Sweet girls. Sweet Barbara, my heart breaks for every time you have ever felt pain. You know, I wish I could have shielded you from it. I didn't. But if you think for one solitary second that you can fathom the pain that man endured in his natural born life, oh, you've got another thing coming. Do you know where your father lived from the ages of 4 till about 10? Do you?
No.
Oh, do you? No. Oh. In a Pontiac sedan. Huh? With his father and his mother. In a fucking car! Now, what do you want to say about your rotten childhood? Well, that's the crux of the biscuit, isn't it? We lived too hard and rose too high. Your father and I were the first in our families to graduate high school. And he wound up an award-winning poet! You girls, huh? Given a college education, all taken for granted, no doubt. And where'd you end up? Huh? What do you do? What do you do? Who are you? God damn it, you worked as hard as we did, you'd all be president by now! You got no real problems, so you make them all up yourself!
Why are you screaming at us?
I'm just truth-telling, that's all. Damn fine day, tell the truth.
Well, the truth is, I am getting full.
Amen.
There's dessert too.
Yeah, I started making those pies. They look so good.
I have a truth.
It speaks.
I have a truth to tell.
Little Charles.
The truth is, truth is, I forgot to set the clock this morning. Sorry to go out. I just forgot. I just forgot to set the clock. I'm sorry. It's just Mom. Everyone is.
Scintillating.
I gave up a long time ago. Little Charles is your project.
Charles. His name is Charles.
Oh, poor Ivy. Poor baby.
Please, Mom.
You know, she's always had a feeling for the underdog.
Please don't be mean to me right now.
Everyone's got this idea I'm mean. Oh, I told you, I'm just Helen.
You're a drug addict!
That is the truth. See, that's what I'm getting at. Everyone listen. I am a drug addict. I am addicted to pills, especially downers. You see these little blue babies? These are my best fucking friends. Get them away from me and I'll eat you alive.
Mom, give me those goddamn pills.
You alive.
Give me those pills.
Aaron.
Mom.
Barbara, stop it!
Oh my gosh, give me
God damn you. God damn you, Barbara!
I'm running things now.
The thing about Mom and Dad, you have to tip your cap to anyone you could stay married with the imagine.
Karen, he killed himself.
I know, but still.
Ivy, is there something going on between you and little Charles? I'm not sure I'm comfortable talking about this right now. You know he is our first cousin. Give me a break.
You know you shouldn't consider children.
I put those thoughts behind me a long time ago. Anyways, I had a hysterectomy the year before last.
What?
Cervical cancer?
Ivy, I did not know that.
Neither did I. I didn't tell anyone except Charles. That's where it started between him and I. Why? Why didn't you tell anyone? And hear those comments from Mom for the rest of my life? She doesn't need any more excuses to treat me like some damaged thing. You might have told us. Why? You weren't going to tell us about you and Bill. It's different. Why? Because it's you and not me? No, because divorce is an embarrassing public admission of defeat. Cancer is fucking cancer, Ivy. Can't help that. I just don't feel that connection very keenly.
I still feel very connected to the both of you.
We never see you. You're never around. You haven't been around
But I
for...
still feel that connection.
Charles and I are moving to New York. What are you gonna do in New York? We have plans. Ivy, you can't just go to New York. You'll break a hip. This isn't whimsy. This isn't fleeting. This is unlike anything I've ever felt before. Charles and I have something rare, something extraordinary, something very few people ever have. Which is what? Understanding. What are you gonna do about Mom? What about her? You feel comfortable leaving her here? Do you? You think she was bad when Dad was alive? You can't imagine the cumulative effect after a month, after a year, after many years. You can't imagine. Oh, that selfish son of a bitch. His silence, his melancholy. He might have for me. For us, for all of us. He included us, talked to us. What if the truth of the matter is Beverly Weston never liked you, never liked any of us, never had any special kind of feeling for any of his children.
No, that's not true.
How? Do I? Do you?
I just can't believe that your worldview is that.
You live in Florida.
When are you and little Charles leaving?
Weeks, if not days. And his name's Charles.
Are you telling Mom?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
About your job and your house?
I've been taking care of myself a lot longer than you've been in charge, Barb. Karen, you're going back to Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then there you go, Barb. You want to know what we're going to do about Mom? Karen and I are leaving. You want to stay and take care of her? That's your decision. If you don't like it, that's your prerogative. But nobody gets to point a finger at me. Nobody.
Did I ever tell you the story of Raymond Coles? Not much story to it. Boy, I had a crush on him when I was 13 or so. Real rough-looking boy, beat-up Levi's, messy hair, terrible underbite. He had these beautiful cowboy boots, shiny chocolate leather. I'm so proud of those boots, you could tell the way he strutted around, all arms and elbows, puffed up and cocksure. I decided I needed to get a girly pair of those same boots, and he'd ask me to go steady. Convinced myself of it. He'd see me and say, oh, now there's the gal for me. Found the boots in a window downtown. Went crazy. I'd stay up late at night praying for those boots. Must have asked my mama 100 times for them. What do you want for Christmas, Vi? Oh, Mama, I'll give it all up just for those boots. Bargaining, you know. She started dropping hints about a present under the Christmas tree. About the size of a boot box wrapped in real nice paper. Now, Vi, don't you cheat and look in there before Christmas morning. Christmas morning, oh, I was up like a shot boy, tearing open that present. There were a pair of boots, all right. Men's work boots. Holes in the toes, chewed up laces, caked in mud, and dog shit. Lord, my mama laughed for days. My mama was a nasty, mean old lady. Suppose that's where I get it from. I want to help. I don't need your help, Mom. I don't need your help. Get by on my own. I know how this goes. Once the talking's done, everyone just goes back to their own nonsense. So don't you worry about me. I'll manage. I get by.
How do you know when your real life begins? Who do you root for if you know who wins? When should you give up? When do you fight? When you can't sleep, what do you do all night?
Too bad they don't pay you to sit around all day. Did I tell you he got fired from a shoe store?
Naife, you're gonna go in the car right now and you're gonna sit down, and if you say one more mean thing to that boy, I'm gonna kick your fat Irish ass onto the highway. You hear
What the
me?
hell did you say to me?
I don't understand this meanness. I look at you and your sister, the way you talk to everyone, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why you folks can't be respectful of one another. I don't think there's any excuse for it. People in my family don't treat each other this way.
Well, maybe that's because your family is
You better not say anything about my family right now. I mean it. He buried a man today I loved very much. Despite what his faults may be, he was a good, kind, decent person. And for you to tear your own son apart on a day like this dishonors Beverly's memory. We have been married for years, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. But if you can't keep a generous place in your heart for your own son, we won't last another.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to eavesdrop at first.
That's... Barbara, do you have a cigarette?
Oh no, I quit years ago.
So did I. Just sounds good to me. Barbara, seemed like at that dinner today, at that horrible dinner, seemed as if something might be going on between Ivy and little Charles. Do you know if that's true?
I'm not really sure what to say here.
Look, can you just tell me if it's true?
Yes, it's true.
Okay, that can't happen.
Look, I know this might be difficult to explain, but I know Ivy and little Charles have always marched to their own. And obviously I would expect this to be toughest on you.
Barb.
I think they're very much in love. Or at least they think they are. That's the difference, right? And they must be terrified of you and Mom.
Honey.
I know it's pretty unorthodox for cousins to get together these days, but it's not as uncommon as you might think.
They're not cousins.
Beg your pardon?
Little Charles is not your cousin. He's your brother. Your blood brother. He's not your cousin. He's your father's child. Which means Ivy and little Charles are not brothers. They're brother and sister. They're not cousins. Do you see?
No.
Listen.
No, that's not.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You and Dad?
Yes.
Who knows this?
I do. And you do.
Uncle Charlie doesn't suspect?
We've never discussed it.
What?
We've never discussed it, okay?
Brim! People amaze me. What, were you drunk? Was this just,
No,
just
I
some...
wasn't drunk. I made a mistake a long time ago. Okay, I've paid for it. But the mistake ends here.
If Ivy knew about this, it would destroy her.
I'm sure so I'm not going to tell her. You have to put a stop to it. You have to find a way to put a stop to it.
Why? Why me?
You said you were running things.
Jean. What? Yeah, give me a sec.
Jesus, you actually scared me.
So apparently, I am not the only one who smokes this stuff in this house.
Good for you.
I have a nose, unlike your mother, your father, your grandmother, my fiance.
Congratulations,
your
okay? Yeah, nice.
So, gonna split this thing?
Yeah.
Do you know how to shotgun?
You mean like a beard?
No, one of these.
No.
So, I exhale. You in here. Put your lips right up close to mine.
Right up next to
And
yours.
with maximum efficiency, smoke the fuck out of this joint.
I don't think so.
That's what I'm talking about. It's some kid.
Jesus! Oh. Oh.
How old are you?
15.
Show them to me.
No, perv.
I promise I won't look.
If you won't look, there's no point in even showing them to you.
Then I will look.
Let me look at your tits, little girl.
I will show you mine if you show me yours.
I don't want to see yours.
You ever seen one?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I have. I'm not a virgin.
Really?
Well, not technically. Well, technically I am. I meant not. Theoretically.
I mean, this changes everything.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You're gonna get us both in trouble.
I'm white and over 30. I don't get in trouble. What are you doing up? Joanna. It's not what it looks like. What do you want? Oh! Fuck! Oh!
Steve, what happened? Steve, what happened?
Nothing happened! Nothing happened! Tell her that nothing happened! Nothing happened! Nothing happened!
Just tell me what happened.
Tell her that nothing happened!
Crazy prick! Just slow! Hold that really!
She said she was 14!
Back off! Let's go! Oh my God! Do you fucking believe that crazy prick?
No,
Settle down, that son of a bitch is a goddamn sociopath. What the fuck is going on?
Yes, I'm okay. What is the matter with you two?
With us?
Will you please stop freaking out?
Please, honey, we need to know what happened.
Nothing happened. Can we not make a federal case out of everything? I couldn't sleep. I came to the kitchen for a drink of water. He was here. End story.
That's
Okay,
not
that's
the
not
end of the story.
We smoked pot, all right? We smoked a little pot, and we were just goofing around, and everything just went haywire.
What did I tell you about smoking that shit? What did I say?
Look at you two. You're both so ridiculous.
Gene, we're concerned about it.
No, you're not. You just want to know who to punish.
Stop it.
You can't tell the difference between the good guys and the bad guys, and you just want me to sort it all out for you.
Okay, you know what? Skip the lecture. Just tell me what he did.
He didn't do anything! And even if he did, what's the big deal?
Big deal, Gene, is that you're 14 years old.
Which is only a few years younger than you like him. I hate you!
Yeah, I
What's the matter with you?
Beg your pardon?
Okay, I'm taking Jean and we're heading back to Boulder.
Okay,
She's too much for you right now.
fine.
I'm sure you'll blame me for all this.
Yeah, well. I failed. As a sister, as a mother, as a wife, I failed.
No, you don't.
No. I physically attacked Mom and Jean in the space of about 9 hours. Stick around here much longer and I'll cut off your penis.
That's not funny.
I can't leave it up to Jean right now. She's just going to have to wait until I get back to Boulder.
You and Jean, you have 40 years to fight back
What happens after 40 years?
up.
Oh, right. No, right.
If you're lucky.
Says you.
If we're lucky.
You're never coming back to me, are you, Bill? Even if things don't work out between you and Marcia.
Cindy.
Silly. And I'm probably never going to understand why, will I? I love you. I love you. I'm giving you the opportunity to quit. I mean, look around. There's no one here. I mean, am I here? I just mean I'm still here, goddammit.
I'm prepared to stay.
I'm familiar with this job. I can do this job.
And I don't do it for you. Or Mrs. Weston. Or even Mr. Weston. I do it for myself.
Alfred.
Everyone just vanished.
You were the one I wanted to talk to.
Sit down. God, man. You look good. I mean, you really filled out nicely. I mean, you just look great.
Thanks.
How about me? Don't I look good?
Yes, sorry, yes. You look great too. Just great.
Married. Huh. You're married, wow.
Divorced.
Run the club.
Really?
I mean, I'm joining your club. I mean, it looks like I'll be joining your club.
Sorry to hear that. Your husband still here?
No, he left. With Jean back to Boulder.
We're going to be staying here a while. Might get some lunch. Catch up. Been a long time. Another reason I came. Got a call from a woman named Chip Renadu, who runs a country squire motel. She was throwing out some old newspapers, and she saw a photo of Mr. Weston that ran with his obituary, and she recognized him as the man who stayed in room 17 for 2 nights, the first 2 nights of his absence. She said he checked in, and she didn't see him until he checked out. He made no phone calls. There's no way to tell him he received any phone calls, but I can have to check one on the line to find out if he did.
Do you have, a cigarette?
Yeah, sure. I can check the phone companies. What I mean.
No, that's not. No one knew where he was. He was, what? Working up the courage to jump in the water, I guess.
Overcoming the courage not to.
Right. I don't buy that, but it doesn't matter.
In any case, I thought you should know. Call you sometime about having lunch.
Come here. Come here.
Bob.
I've forgotten what I look like.
Maybe you should take some time. I can come back another day.
Howdy, Mom.
It's howdy about it.
Catfish?
I'm not hungry.
You haven't eaten anything today. You didn't eat anything yesterday.
I'm not hungry.
You're eating. You do what I say. Everyone do what I say.
No.
Eat it, Mom. Eat it.
No.
Eat that fucking.
Go to hell.
Eat the fish, bitch!
No!
You've known about Daddy and Maddie Faye all these years.
I'm sure I knew. I never told him I knew. Your father knew. When he knew that I knew. He always knew I knew. Well, maybe there at the end I would have said, I hope this isn't all about little Charles. You know, I know about all that. If I'd reached him at the motel, I would have said, you better stop sulking about all this ancient history. Besides, just because you feel cast down doesn't let you off the hook.
If you had reached him at the motel.
Called the motel the Country Squire Motel.
Squire Motel, right?
But he wasn't there. For Must have checked out already. I told you I had to wait till Monday for the bank to open so I could get into that safety deposit box. I know I should have called sooner. Should have called the police. Someone. But you have to understand, for people like your father and me, who never had any money ever as kids, as people from our generation, the money is important.
How did you know where he was?
You have to know. Said I could call him at the Country Squire Motel, and I did. I called there on Monday.
After you got into your safety deposit.
Your father and I had an arrangement.
If you could have stopped Daddy from killing himself, you wouldn't have needed to get into that safety deposit box.
Hindsight's 20/20, isn't it?
Did the note say Daddy was going to kill himself? Mom?
Maybe if I'd had my wits about me, I would have done things. But I was... Well, your father and me, we both...
Fucked up. You were fucked up. You are fucked up.
You had better listen here, you smug little ingrate. There is at least one reason Beverly killed himself. And that's you. Do you think he would have done what he did if you were still here? No. No, just him and me. Left alone in this house. Abandoned, wasted lifetimes devoted to your care and comfort. So stick that knife of judgment in me, go ahead. But make no mistake, his blood is just as much on your hands as it is on mine. He did this, though. This was his doing, not ours. Can you imagine anything more cruel? To make me responsible? Why? Just to weaken me. Just to make me prove my character. So now I waited. I waited so I could get my hands on that safety deposit box, but you know what? I would have waited anyway. You want to prove who's stronger, Bev? Nobody is stronger than me, goddammit! When everyone is gone and disappeared, I'll still be here. Who's stronger now, you son of a bitch?
Right, Mom. You're the strong one.
Barbara, please. Barbara, are you here? Beverly? Bev? Beverly, and you're gone. And you're gone. Barbara. And you're gone. You're gone. And you're gone. And you're gone. And you're gone.